Sydney Celeste Show. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today we have a great special guest. Her name is Chloe Temtchine. She is a singer-songwriter who has a fantastic, inspiring story, and we're so happy to have her on the Sydney Celeste Show. Chloe, now that I have you here, say hello to our listeners.
Hi, everybody. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course, Chloe. So I'm so glad I have you. When I saw your story, I was so inspired. That's definitely why I sent you the message, because I really wanted to interview you. Not only just because I thought you were a talented musician, but also your story along with it, because I knew that played a part into the music.
It
Which
sure
leads
does.
me to my first question for you. I love the latest release that you have, Holy Water. I think it's fantastic. I love the whole song. So tell us more about what the song means to you, what inspired the song. Go ahead and tell us.
Well, Holy Water was inspired by my donor, who is this, I call her this incredible and mysterious person who gifted me her lungs, giving me a second chance at life. And the entire album, which is titled Human, is written to my donor. So every lyric in the song is literally about my experience. And, it's a different vibe for me, which this was sort of like experimental, came to me in the middle of the night. And I started like, hey, and I wanted to change the vibe because that's like so, my songs tend to be very piano and ballady and sad and, emotional. And I thought, let's make this an upbeat experience, essentially. Because it's the joy of receiving life again. It's like an indescribable thing to have been given life again by this person. And it's my mission to do justice to this, to bring justice. I don't even know how you'd say it, to do justice, because this person literally saved my life.
Yeah. I mean, like I said to the people listening, like, didn't I tell you she was inspiring? Like, listen, I think it's fantastic what you're doing. All right. So the next question is, obviously, I have read your incredible story of your perseverance in your life with your double lung transplant. So I want you, if you can, in a way that's easy for you, I don't want you to stress yourself. Describe to us how that came about in your life and how is your life now? Like how did it obviously affected your life, so it affected your music. So how is it now versus how was it then, kind of a thing?
Wow, I mean, it's dramatically different. I've basically been given my ability to breathe back because I spent, again, long story, very short, I spent 12 years, 5 of them without a diagnosis, 7 of them on oxygen. And this was in 2013 when it all started. And when I finally had a diagnosis and I was in heart failure and I had pulmonary hypertension, severe, and pulmonary veno-occlusive disease, which has a life expectancy of under a year. So it was, and by the time they caught it, it had been 5. So
Right.
the whole thing was just insane to go from like, I'm a musician and this is my life, to all of a sudden being given a death sentence.
Yeah.
So that led to years. Can you hold on one second? I have to make sure this is not an emergency. I'm
Yes,
so
of
sorry.
course, of course.
Okay, I live in a world of emergencies, so forgive me. It's
No, no
fine.
problem. I'm
I
glad
just
there's
saw
no
something.
emergency.
But I didn't want to give you the story with that thought in my head because I won't be 100%. So I'm back.
Okay.
So ultimately, I was diagnosed in 2013 with,
Uh-huh.
I'll just give you the story from there. So in 2013, I was diagnosed with severe pulmonary hypertension and pulmonary veno-occlusive disease. PH has a life expectancy of 2.5 years and PVOD less than a year. And it had been 5 years of misdiagnosis. So I was already alive long after I should have been.
That's
Yeah.
already a
Then
good thing.
that turned into 7 more years. I was on oxygen for the 7 years.
Right.
And it was just like compulsive research with my partner at the time. We were just digging into everything we could about nutrition and exercise and what can we do, vitamins and like to heal my body essentially when there was no hope and no cure and no way to get better. And it worked. And as it started to work, and it took time, but as that started to work, I started to put my story out to try to help others do what I was doing, essentially to get better, because nothing was supposed to work. So that led ultimately to me getting better, but then to my heart giving out. And in 2020, I ended up going to cardiac arrest. Thank God I was in the hospital when that happened. And then I was in a 4-day coma. And then I was on life support ECMO for 21 days. And that is a terribly difficult machine to be on in so many ways and has left a lot of remnants now, but ultimately saved my life. So I say I can't be mad at what that machine did because
Right,
it kept me alive and it's literally breathing for you. It serves as your heart and your lungs.
right.
So without that, there's no you.
There's no
And
you.
I miraculously received lungs a week after I started begging for them. I was in the hospital for longer, but I was trying very hard not to have a transplant
Right.
and to go home, and that was clearly not going to happen. So again, it's so rare. The reason that I talk so much about organ donation and try to bring awareness is because of how rare that is. 1 week, and if I had not received those lungs in 1 week, I would not be here. There's no way. I was like every day, it looked like I was going to die. So
Yeah.
I then received lungs and how it has affected me. I mean, it's sort of like it's affected me so much, I can't even give you words. It has not only saved my life, I live, like I say, for two people now, for my donor, for myself. I'm so conscious of how lucky I am, not just to be alive, but to be doing the things within life and even to be complaining about life problems. I'm like, oh, these things that happen that we complain about that are so small, when you're facing life and death.
Yeah.
I'm reminded today of my mortality, which even though it's scary because you don't know what can happen after a transplant,
Of
it's
course.
very rewarding because my ability to be present in my life is maximized in an incredible way. So I'm really living, no matter what I'm doing. If I'm playing with my dog or if I'm on a stage or if I'm, taking a bath, I'm really where I am, which has been a real lesson for me and has been a real
I bet
shift.
so. I mean, I bet so. Like you said, those things we could not even do. I mean, so what in the world? Every little thing is like a big
Everything.
momentum thing to you. And that's a good lesson for all of us. Never to
Hmm.
get complacent and never to take things for granted. If that
Right.
doesn't hit you with what you've been through, I don't know what will. So yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that just
No, no,
came.
no, that's okay. I mean, your question really was, how has it changed? Everything, and it has changed absolutely everything. I have a paralyzed vocal cord, so it's difficult to sing, but I have breath now. Whereas I had that and I couldn't breathe and I was still trying to make music and sing. So,
Right.
I mean, it's literally changed everything. I'm back to my life. People say that after transplant, there are a lot of things you can't do, a lot of food you can't eat, but I had so many restrictions before that for me now, it's like I can't believe what I can do. I
Amen.
can't believe
That's a good way to look at it. What can you do
it.
instead of what can't you do?
That's
Because
right.
you've already lived through the what can't you. I mean, God,
Exactly.
you've lived through more than some people will live through in their lifetime of the what can't you. So let's not you're good on not worrying about the can't, worried about the cans. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've been given a second chance. Amen to that.
Yes.
So then
Mm.
my next question was, what does it mean for you to be a woman in music? Like, is it anything that you think about, or do you just see yourself as who you are? Or, the reason I'm asking, because some
Yeah.
people I've talked to, there's challenges because you're a woman. It can kind of cause issues, with the music business and stuff like that. So I was just curious what your take on that is.
Well, so as you said, I don't think about that much. I think about myself sometimes more like one of the guys because I'm constantly surrounded by men. I've always been like that my whole life. My friends have usually been guys, and I'm very comfortable in that setting. So I don't see myself as anything other than a musician in the room. But for sure, I mean, there are perks, there are non-perks to everything, to being a woman, to being a man, so I don't tend to spend much time thinking about that. Uh, so that probably doesn't give you much of an answer, but
No, that is an answer. That just means you
yeah.
don't spend time thinking about it. You're just you. That's cool. There's nothing wrong
I
with
think
that.
I've had, when people talk about their experience as a woman in something, my focus has been so much on, I mean, to be fair, to be honest, really, not even fair, but my focus has been on my life for
Mhm.
so long that I haven't even been able to think about, oh, what does that mean? It's sort of like,
Right,
oh my God, I'm in a room with a musician on my oxygen tank, but I'm able to make music. And so I
right,
haven't even gone to a place where I've thought of that, if that makes sense.
right,
It's not what's on my mind.
right. Well, yeah, and to be fair, yeah, I mean, you had much bigger things to be concerned than that. So definitely. Okay. And so the last thing I have for you, Chloe, is I would love for you to tell our listeners where they can find your music. What is the most accessible place to find your music, to connect with you, like the socials that you like to use and things like that. So go ahead and give us a little bit of those.
So everything is under my full name, which is the world's most complicated name, Chloe Temtchine. So my website's a great place because it's like the hub of everything, which is chloetemtchine.com. And then I'm on Instagram, Chloe Temtchine, and then I'm on YouTube. I primarily focus on YouTube when it comes to music and music videos, and that's again Chloe Temtchine. So everything / my full name, except for TikTok, which is Chloe Q Temtchine. You can find me under, again, the most complicated name ever. That's where you'll find me.
According to Chloe, that's the most complicated name ever.
I mean, well, Temtchine, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. To be fair, I had to ask Chloe before we started how to say it, so I didn't butcher it. So I don't know if it's the most complicated, but we had to make sure we got it right. So in all fairness, we understand. Okay, exactly. So that concludes this episode of the Sydney Celeste Show. Thank you so much, Chloe, for being my guest. Everyone, take a listen to her music, read her story. I mean, you'll be blown away. She just gave you a clip. Really, there's more to it. I think you even have don't you have a video on your YouTube with the whole
I
story?
do, the story.
Okay, so as a matter of fact, she mentioned her YouTube. So definitely go check out her YouTube page, her music, and the story. I highly suggest it. So with all that being said, I hope you all have a great rest of the day. Check out the Sydney Celeste Show on our stationtv.com and the Roku channel. And until next time, we'll have another great guest like Chloe. And we thank you so much and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chloe.
I was losing my mind, but honey, could you really even blame me? Then in the dark I saw your light, the kind of light that makes them call you crazy. You parted the Red Sea, across state lines you found me. Holy grail and blessing is divine intervention. Oh, you hit my soul, a holy water kind of thing. You hit my soul, you make me whole with that holy water drink. You hit my soul, gotta keep on and keep moving. Throw my hands on my ears when I hear the devil sing. You hit my soul, took a holy water drink. You hit my soul. Jake's ladder I was climbing, the devil clawing his way up with me. You showed up in the nick of time, man. From crucifying you resurrected me. You parted the Red Sea, across state lines you found me. Holy grail and blessing is divine intervention. Oh, you hit my soul, a holy water kind of thing. You hit my soul, you make me whole with that holy water drink. You hit my soul, gotta keep on and keep moving. Throw my hands on my ears when I hear the devil sing. You hit my soul, took a holy water drink. It's holy water kind of thing. I drank a holy water kind of drink. It's holy water kind of thing. I drank a holy water kind of drink. It's holy water kind of thing. I drank a holy water kind of drink. It's holy water kind of thing. I drank a holy water kind of drink.